Welcome back to San Marcos, Texas, Cheatham Street Warehouse, and the Texas music scene. You know, Kelley Micwee's Memphis roots are pretty evident in her music. You can really hear it in her vocals. She gave us a proper Cliff's Notes version of her backstory and musical journey while we visited with her in South Padre. Here's that conversation. Kelley Mickwee.
Hi, Jack Ingram. Aw. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, how did you get to Texas from Memphis?
Well, you were there in the early days.
I was there. I remember my guitar tech, Kyle Wieters, came on the bus or in the van and said, dude, you gotta get up and come see this opener.
Yeah.
She's killer.
That'll be me walking through your mind, talking to your heart most all the time.
So I was in a duo with my high school sweetheart. And then I went to college, I graduated, then we got back together, and he had a band that he'd already started, so I started hopping up and singing with him, and eventually became a part of the band, and a great songwriter named Keith Sykes spotted us, heard about us one night, and came and saw us play and decided he wanted to produce some records. So fast forward to making a record with Keith Sykes, and then he brought us down to Larry Joe Taylor Festival in Stephenville.
No kidding.
Yeah. We met everyone. And
That's a good place to meet everyone.
that's how we settled here, really. I mean, we traveled around for 5 or 6 years, and then when we went our separate ways, Jed went to Taos and I went to Austin.
You used to live here. You used to live here. And I still do.
What about you? What's going on?
I made some singles. You know, I don't know. None of us really know how to do this, right? Just kind of make it up as we go along. And I wanted to go in and record new music so I could start playing some solo shows again, but I didn't want to do a whole record because I didn't have enough songs that were, in my opinion, good enough for that. I also wanted to make a 45. I've never made a 7-inch. So I wanted to do that. So I just took about 4 songs into Jonathan Tyler's studio down at Samstown Point, his house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we recorded 2 at a time. I've never taken that much time to really make sure I really, really love it. You know, like I don't want to waste anyone's time. I don't want to nitpick. I know that sometimes a performance is just a performance, right? In the studio or whatever. And I've always just kind of let it be what it was. And this time, I didn't do that. I really made sure that I was happy with every note.
Well, there's a difference between going back and editing things because you think they're wrong
Yeah,
versus going back and editing things or redoing things because you think they can just be better. Like that's two
true.
totally different outlooks.
that's true. But
One's,
you know,
one's being scared and one's going towards something.
Birds of a feather, one and the same. 2 birds of a feather, my mind, I can't change.
I'm sure there are songs of yours that you hear that you're like, oh my, I will never unhear that one thing as long as I live listening to this song. Or I wish I just would have spoken up and said, no, let me do that one more time. I can do that better.
You know what mine is? And I've done this 1,000 times. I'll listen to something and I'll go, you should have just gone for the performance. Because when it's too right, that's when I go,
For sure.
dude, just let it be.
Yeah, that's true. But there's a balance between those 2 things, you know? And it's kind of hard to find that. You have to have a producer that's willing to go there with you.
Right. I've always told you how much I love your voice.
Yeah.
And it's just because it's a conversational thing. Like your voice sounds when you're singing the same way it does when
That
you're
I talk.
talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. That's such a pet peeve of mine, people that sing differently than they talk.
It's because they're not really singers.
I don't know. I don't
opera.
know. Yeah. Singing is the one thing I know I can do, and it's the one thing that I don't question. I question my guitar playing for sure. I question stage presence. I question the dumb things that I say on stage. I question songwriting, all that. but I feel pretty confident in that I can deliver a song with that actual raw emotion that I wrote it with, which are my favorite singers. My favorite songs are the ones that you can feel it because of how they're singing it.
It can be cold, it can be cruel. At the mercy of my heart.
Hey, so you have a songwriter festival that I've played
Yeah.
with.
Drew Kennedy, Josh Greider, Walt Wilkins, and Susan Gibson, and myself.
And how long have y'all been doing that?
This is our 10th year. It's our 10th
man.
anniversary. Come on.
That's great.
I know.
10 years is a long time to.
Yeah, do anything.
You and I both know relationships are hard.
It's so hard. It's my longest one.
Congratulations.
It's called the Red River Songwriters Festival.
Was it full the first year?
No way. It was like we had 30 people there.
Yeah.
We built it slowly, you know. It can't get very big because it's in the mountains in the winter, and we're not going to put up a tent and make it real big, you know. So.
Well, when I showed up, it was one of those things where it was a 300-400 seat venue.
Yeah, that's our cap.
Won't you stay? Don't run away.
The only thing you can really ask in our world is that the people that show up know why they're there and know what they're getting.
Yeah.
So that all expectations are met, and there's enough to make an energy that really does make some noise.
And they want to be there for that one reason and that one reason only. I mean, yes, community and seeing your friends and hanging out and skiing and blah, 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 but the one reason is to hear, you know, us and then the guests that we have every year. And so, you know, it's not like people buy tickets and don't come to all the shows. They all show up. And now there's a nice little community of people that have been coming for like 10 years. So yeah, it's pretty proud of it.
All right, everybody, this is our friend Kelley Mickwee, one of the best people on this planet. One of the, I mean, not the best.
Top 10.
Well, in the running.
I love you, brother. Thanks for having me.